Yeah, for sure.
We know we'll see you again.
All right. Is everybody ready for the play button to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Party hardy.
Hello and welcome to Unmastered. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gohar.
And we are uncut and on the record with your favorite bands. So,
Yes.
it's another day, another interview. We've got some special people in here. Gohar,
Oh, hi.
take
Hi.
it away.
Today we have WASI with us. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? We have a few icebreakers. Let's start with your name.
Cool. I'm Mary Lou.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
We gotta give you the rundown.
Oh, okay.
We have a
We have
few
a few
icebreakers.
Oh,
icebreakers
okay,
that happen
okay.
all at once. Red is it?
Name, what you play. I think we have what crayon would you be?
What color crayon would you be and why?
And what's our final one? I think we.
What's in the trunk of your car right
Oh
now?
yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one.
man. Okay.
Getting
So,
real invasive here.
all right. You want to go
I
first,
remember.
Jesse? You go
Okay.
first. Go.
My name's Jesse.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. You said,
You already lost.
I already am.
What's your name? What do you
What
play?
you play? I play bass and sing. I can play other things too.
Ooh, what else can you play?
What do you want her to play?
Yeah, what do you want me to play?
I don't. What are my options?
Whatever your heart desires. I'll figure it out. I can play a little guitar. I produce the music and stuff, so I, mess around with Logic and stuff like that.
Nice.
And keyboard with that. I mean, I can't really play keyboard, but I can do things on the keyboard for...
Production purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And a little bit of SPDSX, which is like
What
a
is
drum pad.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Wait, is that those like electronic drum pads you use with your fingers? Or...
No, it's like pretty much like most bands will have one, and it triggers either like sounds in your songs or...
You know the people they have the one drum.
It's like a bunch of
stick
scares. The squares.
They like
Mhm.
hit
Yeah,
the
the
thing
big
and they're
ones.
like playing. It's like that
Oh
big.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's black
Mhm.
usually.
Yes.
Yes, so I could play one of those
Wow.
kind of.
What is it called?
A Roland SPDSX. Roland SPDSX.
Say that 10 times fast.
I
That's
know,
a tongue
right?
twister for you.
Exactly.
That's so cool. All
Well,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, I love that.
If I was a crayon, I don't know if this is a color or a flavor, but I feel like I would be pumpkin spice.
Oh, ooh, what color would that be? Would it be like
Orange.
a burnt
Kind of
orange?
Yeah, I feel like it would be more of a pastel orange kind. No, what do you think?
Yeah, pastel orange with like dots in it.
Yeah.
Dots in it.
Yeah, like
Cinnamon, cinnamon
like,
spice.
like the color
Yeah,
of the
exactly.
top of the pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like it's. I don't know. We always make fun of each other. Like we're thinking of different. If we were all Spice Girls, like what kind of Spice Girl?
Oh
we
my
would
gosh, pumpkin spice.
Be. And I would be pumpkin spice. I think just because like I am kind of like I could be really sweet but spicy at the same time, depending on my
Ooh.
mood.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the way you describe pumpkin spice because it is sweet, but the cinnamon and all the other spices have a little kick to them if you put a lot of spices in it. Have you guys made pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
We have not
Scotch,
made
I
it,
haven't.
but
You
we've had
haven't
it.
made it?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh, my great grandma has like this pumpkin pie recipe that like is like a huge deal in my family, and it's like I will only eat pumpkin pie if it's like Grandma Sally's pumpkin pie.
Wow.
And like the like recipe was like lost in the shuffle somewhere, so we were like experimenting with the right like measurements of things. So every Thanksgiving, I don't even eat it the day of Thanksgiving. I eat it the next day for breakfast. with like whipped cream
That's so
cold.
good.
It's always
Did
better,
you find
it's
it
always
in
better
the
at
menu?
next day,
Oh.
homemade ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they've had time to settle.
Actually, everything that you cook is probably better the next day.
I don't know if everything
Except
is.
hollandaise sauce.
That is a very specific.
What?
Because hollandaise sauce, as you let it set, gets thick. And you can't drape it over things. Which usually it goes over Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
The yellow sauce. And so because it's made of so much butter and egg yolks, it has a tendency to get hardened. And it can't be a sauce if it's solid.
Mm.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Gohar is like another hobby / side project of like cooking as many things as she possibly can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she like made us like brisket for Thanksgiving. Like
It was
took multiple. Was it brisket?
pastrami.
Pastrami. Oh my
From
gosh,
scratch.
from scratch,
What?
like multiple days. You did something with like a jackfruit once, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Like she's just does so much, and I'm
Dang,
just
you
like,
have to invite us over for dinner.
I
wanna have
know,
you cooking.
right?
Oh, we'll just come
Actually-
over.
I don't know when this podcast is going to go up. Maybe it's going to be past my birthday, but I've officially decided to have a house party for my birthday.
Nice.
If you hear
Yes.
this, you're invited.
Oh my gosh, is it gonna be
That's
while I'm on
amazing.
tour?
It's June 15th.
It's gonna be. Oh no, I'll be here. I'll be here.
That's the day
You
we
guys will be on
leave.
tour though.
Yeah.
More for that.
We'll
So
just
sad.
save leftovers for when you get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
We're gonna
be
have to
rad.
do that. We can't cook otherwise.
My house is always open. If you guys are ever in North Hollywood, I mean, somewhere in the greater Los Angeles area.
We can just be
Right.
like Top Bunk and just shout your address out in a song.
Live there anymore.
They don't live there anymore.
That's funny.
Oh my god,
Right.
that's funny.
Anyway, what's in your trunk right now?
Oh yeah.
It's so funny because it went from a crayon to a flavor to food.
It did.
So it's a flavored crayon. How about that?
Oh my, like the scented
Whoa,
markers. You know
yeah,
those scented
yeah.
Flavored,
markers.
so like you can color with it, but if you get kind of hungry while you're coloring, you can take a bite.
So it's got to be like organic.
Yeah,
Like no.
definitely
Well,
organic.
I think
Non-GMO.
crayons are non-toxic.
They're like wax, right?
Yeah.
Can you eat wax?
Well, they're
You
not
could
toxic.
probably eat a crayon and not get sick.
Yeah,
Would
exactly.
But it
have
wouldn't
very
taste very
colorful.
You know how many tutorials there are
poos.
online making your own lipstick with crayons?
What? That's a thing? What?
That's cool.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. YouTube shows me everything.
People are so creative. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
It's for cosplayers, I think.
Oh, okay.
They're like, I want like this weird shade of teal on my
Pumpkin
lips.
spice lips.
Yeah,
We can make pumpkin spice lips.
Just trademark it real quick.
that's a great idea. We should totally do that. What's in my trunk? There's a lot of shit in my trunk right now. Let me pick something.
How much time do we have?
I know. Well, it's our trunk, so I'll decide on like. There's a lot of clothes.
Oh my gosh, me.
Yeah, you too.
Oh my gosh. I literally one time just had like a suitcase just like full of clothing, but then the suitcase just became my entire trunk.
Yeah,
Like
because you like kind of pick things out of it,
Well,
and like
and I'm like randomly spending the night in LA sometimes just because I'm like I don't want to drive all the way home, so it's just kind of like my trunk was like my closet. And, like, it was really bad. At one point, someone was like, are you okay? Like, you're not living in your car, right? And I was like,
No.
no, oh my god, no. Like, it's just a lot of clothing.
sometimes it's like kind of questionable that it would look that way.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm just like, whoops.
I totally feel you on that. It's so funny. Yeah. So there you have it.
There we go. All right.
Clothes. There are a lot of clothes in there. Mary Lou. I sing and same with Jesse, like play whatever's nearest arm's reach.
Whatever the song calls for.
Whatever the song yeah, exactly. Color. I think I'm like kind of red, but like not sure to be red, you know?
You're blood orange.
Oh yeah.
So many orangey undertones in
Yeah,
this.
right?
like blood orange leaning red. I don't know, something like that. And that is how I feel right now, by the way. Like, that could change.
Like,
an
in
hour.
this current moment.
she
Yeah.
kind of
Blood
is-
orange.
She can
Yes,
be really
blood orange
indecisive.
red.
So.
So am I. I'm really
Yeah.
indecisive,
Are
Are you
too.
Libra?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh,
Okay,
you and I are
Libra.
supposed to get along really well.
Are we?
I'm a Cancer.
Really? I don't know how all of this works. Because I'm also, like, I'm, like, a huge, like, astronomy nerd. So I, like, love, like, stars and stuff
Ooh.
like that. So I know that there's actually, like, a 13th constellation called...
What?
Yeah, it's called Ophiuchus. And it actually, like, throws off the entire, like, zodiac
I heard
calendar.
about. I heard about.
But
that
I don't
a while
know
ago.
exactly how it works. But it's, like... if we were to do that, like if we were to implement that, I would be a Sagittarius. And then I know that there's like moon signs and like rising, and I'm like, I don't.
Complicated.
I was like, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, your birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Well, Gemini or Cancer, because you're.
I'm toward the later end of Gemini, and I don't know what my sign would be if, you know, that other thing was-
Ophiuchus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That
I did hear about that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so funny because it was like I was actually doing a project in my astronomy class for it, and then like 2 weeks later it was like in the news or something. I was like, what? But
Damn.
yeah, I don't understand how all of that works.
That's crazy.
I'm not too.
Because
a
like
lot of people talk about what is it? Astronomy.
astrology.
Astrology.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but they heavily base their personality traits on what their sign would be, which is like that's not how you're supposed to live your life. Just live your life.
Yeah.
Or like make career choices off of what their sign is.
Horoscope.
That's intense.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It says I'm not supposed to get along with you, so I guess I'm not gonna get along with you.
Right.
I don't know, just like live your life.
Just like that's
It
like a
is-
different issue that they have to
It is
figure
funny
out.
'cause supposedly our signs are supposed to not get along at all.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you guys get along really well, I'm assuming?
For the most part. We're married, so.
Oh yeah, there you go. Button
You know,
heads,
for the
right?
most part, yeah, exactly.
What was the other? Trunk. So since you answered the question about the car trunk, I'll answer the question about the van trunk.
Oh, sweet.
There's a bunch of yerba mates in there.
Oh,
Yerba mate,
are
hook
those
it up.
those little
hook it up.
drinks?
The caffeine tea drinks.
Oh man.
They're so good. So they hooked us up for tour. So,
Oh nice.
so we just kind of shoved it in our van and.
How much caffeine does that have? I don't drink coffee, so I'm constantly looking for ways to ingest caffeine.
I think it's like, I want to say it's like tea.
Yeah, it's equivalent to like a
It is a
like a
caffeine.
medium
matcha?
iced coffee.
Maybe.
Caffeine wise, except you don't feel that caffeine.
I was gonna
high.
ask, do you? Because I like if I have too much caffeine, like my heart just like races, and I'm
It's
like,
not like
sitting
that.
there.
Yeah, it's not. But
It's
you
not like
but
that.
you feel more awake
Oh,
without
interesting.
feeling that.
I like that.
I'll have to
That
give
Coke
that a
feeling.
try.
Yeah,
that Coke feeling.
yeah.
Just like twitching in a corner.
I love
Yerba
that.
mate
Yeah.
saves lives. Yeah, and there's different flavors.
Yes, we
I like the
flavors.
orange flavor.
It's an orange
Is
flavor.
it
It's an orange
strong flavors or is it like LaCroix flavors?
It's strong.
LaCroix
They
flavors.
have unsweetened and sweet.
Oh, okay. All right.
and then
They have
and then
options.
different flavors under those options. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I think the ice is officially broken. At least with our listeners, I think.
What's in your trunk?
Huh?
Both of you.
Ooh, okay. I recently cleaned out my trunk.
So there's no more clothes.
Oh, there's still some clothes.
There's always clothes in your trunk.
There's literally always clothes
Where
in
do
my
you?
trunk.
You said you live where?
I live in Chino Hills.
My trunk. Just kidding.
So, do you know where that is?
Dang,
I'm
Chino
familiar.
Hills. Yeah.
It's like
up, like, the
Pomona.
60.
It's
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
60,
yeah.
like
Okay.
Pomona
Area.
area. Yeah. That's where I live.
Wow.
But what was recently in my trunk that I can remember that I did take out was I had a disco ball. Not even kidding.
That's tight.
Where do
Yeah.
I get me one of those?
The 99-cent store, but it's like a big value and it's like $2.99 or like $1.99. So I got one of
You
those.
should
That's
rig that to
cool.
the interior of your car.
You know, I've been like trying to figure out how I can like incorporate it. I have a
I
lightsaber
can
in my
figure that
car
out for you.
from one of my friend's birthdays, like 2 years ago, that I just leave in my car because like sometimes I'll drive my friends, like I'll be like DD and they'll be like a little bit tipsy and I'll turn on the lightsaber and they're like, oh my god, like,
That's nice.
I had a bag of fake oranges in my car that I recently took out. What else?
Fake oranges.
Yeah.
Orange is like the vibe
lot.
right now.
I had a lot of clothes. Some like, oh, what else? What
I don't
else do
know.
I have? I don't know. I don't know. You're always like, I'm always like opening my trunk all ashamed. I have like a ton of CD. I have a Corbin Blue CD.
That's cool.
Does anyone remember Corbin Blue?
Isn't that like
Do
an
we?
American Idol person?
What? No.
No, he's from High School Musical.
Oh my god.
Right.
That's
He, like,
Oh
did, like,
my
a solo thing.
God.
Oh my gosh.
He was in that jump rope movie.
I still have all the 131er CDs in my car.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
They gave us like 25 CDs the
Whoa.
other day. They're like, yeah, anyone who listens to the podcast all the way through and sends us a message is getting a CD. So like I still have all those in my car.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't
Impressive.
know. I know. I got my little Buddha figurine. I have like a little figurine of like Buddha.
In
sits
the
there.
trunk of your car?
Not in the trunk. Like, you know what? Stranger things have happened. I don't know. What's in your cargo heart? That rhymed.
I have one of those seat cushions that you like would take to the Hollywood Bowl. I have one of those in my trunk.
That could be really useful
That is really useful.
I have an umbrella and a blanket, and then I haven't taken it out of my trunk yet, but those big tripods for those things that you hang for like a white backdrop to roll down.
Yeah, yeah.
I have those in my trunk, and I have 2 bags worth of printer ink that I need to take to Staples.
Dang.
That's pretty much it.
Some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
The trunks tell the story of our lives.
I know.
You know, I feel like in a way they kind of do. It's like
Yeah.
it's like equivalent of like what's in your purse, what's in your trunk. Like they're all very
You know what?
like
I think I have a shoe box in there, like no shoes, but a shoe box.
just the box.
Yeah, I don't know what I did with the shoes.
Wait, I actually have something. One more thing, and then we can move on. I have a blue traffic cone in my trunk that's been
Just in case.
It's been in my trunk.
Yeah,
I want to say
parking.
no. It's been in my trunk for like over a year. Has never left my trunk. My friend and I stole it from Disneyland one night. So he has one and I have one, and it's just like in
They're
my
like
trunk.
best friend blue cones.
Yeah, I've just like never taken it out of my car, and we were all like just so intrigued. Oh my god, it's a blue cone. Why is it a blue cone? We later find out it's meant to like reserve the spot as handicap.
Oh.
I was like, oops, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure they have more.
Disney,
they
yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
I
that's
actually just thought of
hilarious.
something really fucking random that's in there.
In your trunk?
Yeah, I have blueprints from the first 2, not the third, but the first 2 seasons of Westworld.
Interesting.
Like the blueprints for some of the sets.
Did you work on?
Yeah,
that?
I work on that show, but
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Randomly, like we were on on another show, or maybe it was because I'm working on Westworld, the 3rd season right now.
That's awesome.
They got a few tuxedos from us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tuxedos on that show, so I'm not surprised. And like I rented something from like a random place, and when we returned it, I was like checking the drawers, and in the drawers I found like a stack of blueprints from the show, and I was like, that is so fucking random that this is in here. And I was like, I'm taking these, and I was like, maybe they're worth some money. They're totally probably not. But then
You never know.
But then we
Yeah.
spilled coffee all over them, so
That actually kind of makes it cooler, in my
I
opinion.
think so.
Yeah. Rustic
Yeah.
looking. Just like frame it, just like put it like in your living room or something.
Yeah.
Just like up there.
So that's really random.
That's so random, but I kind of love that.
You guys can have some if you want. I have them in the trunk, and I'm not gonna do anything with
I'm not
it.
I'm not particularly attached to that show.
Yeah.
So I don't know what value it would bring to me.
Right.
You give it to your parents and be like, Westworld said thank you.
Westworld said thank you. Yeah, you could do that. Put it up in the shop. There's so many like framed like photos of like people,
celebrities.
yeah,
or
who
something.
like in the tuxes that they got here and stuff like that.
Oh,
So I'm
that's
always
cool.
just,
You
That
guys
is
are like a
cool.
Hollywood staple then, huh?
I guess.
what is it?
Dumb
Dumb.
and Dumber got our their tuxes from us, the orange and blue. I have a picture of Kevin Durant.
That's
I didn't even know
cool.
it was him. But
Oh yeah, someone told us.
Someone pointed it out and said, "Hey, this guy's like important. You should put it in the front." And I'm like, "Okay."
That's
Do
awesome.
you work here sometimes?
I work
We're here all the
every day.
time.
Oh, so it's like a full-time job for you then, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we got
awesome.
day jobs, guys.
I have
much as
Stevie
we-
Wonder's thumbprint because that's his signature. You want to see it?
Wait, his thumbprint's his signature?
Yeah, he's blind.
Well, so? That doesn't mean anything. You can still hold a pen.
Yeah, but then how would you know what you're writing? If
You
you've
just
never-
scribble. That's literally what signatures are
That's what
anyway.
signatures are.
It's literally just a scribble.
I guess
The same
but
motion.
But a fingerprint is dope.
That is
it's really
dope.
cool.
I had no idea that
I
was...
think that's what blind people do. That's their signature. That's their fingerprint.
Is it?
That's their signature.
I'm actually very curious about that now.
Yeah.
The more you know.
I don't know, but like the most exciting for me is the Backstreet Boys that we have. So
That's exciting.
yeah, very,
Mary Lou's a huge fan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
very,
yeah.
very
Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, like today, this very minute, like a 5.
Oh.
Like,
You're like, I'm pretty neutral right
but
now.
I can go up to a 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Backstreet Backstreet Boys are amazing, and they're better than NSYNC. End of story.
Is that like a feud that I'm not aware of?
Yeah.
Is that like a One Direction versus Five Sauce kind of thing?
Is that a feud?
I don't know. I think it was at some point.
I feel like,
Those are two completely different kinds of boy bands, though.
yeah.
But it's all a boy
with
band, and it's all pop.
But here's the thing: the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were managed by the same person.
Right.
And they were
What?
formed by
And the same songwriter.
What?
Same songwriter wrote all of the songs.
Wait,
I mean,
what?
I think
You need to watch the few documentaries that they have on Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
they like created NSYNC after to like increase sales for the Backstreet Boys.
Yep.
What?
And then like NSYNC blew up because like Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm kind of mind blown right now.
Right.
Now you're
Like,
gonna
how
go
was
down a wormhole and
I
leave.
really am. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just
you
thinking, like, wormhole commencement is, like, starting to begin. I can feel it. Just, like, I need to Google
We
the
just planted
things.
that seed for you.
Oh, yeah, it's sprouting real quick. It's like a beanstalk up in there. Just, oh, my God.
Anyway, long story short, I love the Backstreet Boys.
God. Wow, the things that we
Backstreet
talk
Boys
about.
are great.
Yeah,
They are.
things that we talk. Yeah, go for
Okay.
it. Yeah. We're doing things behind the scenes that no one can see yet again because we don't have a camera. But it's okay. You wouldn't want to see me because half the time I'd look like poop. So it's fine.
You know what's actually perfect about doing this in here is this is such a good muffling.
Oh yeah, all the clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we actually record our vocals in our closet.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it like a walk-in closet? Or
No.
Oh. So you're just like sitting there.
Yeah.
Just, like-
It's really like I'm like this in between clothes and then the mic, like my body fits, but the closet is like that wide.
like 3 feet?
yeah.
Oh my
or
gosh.
2. It's like
2 feet. Okay.
it's like 2 feet. So you're like just in the closet and the clothes are all around, and then we put a blanket behind so that the sound doesn't bounce off the wall. So it like
Oh.
absorbs it. And then we have the mic in front here with like the thing that does that. So all the music, the new music that you hear is our vocals are all our vocals are recorded that way in our closet.
That's
really cool.
so interesting.
So this is actually a fabulous way to muffle
Yep.
sound.
You know what? Next time anyone's like, why is it in the back of a tech shop? I'll be like, fun fact, muffling that sound.
Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
That's it. End of story. Done. Cut. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, let's actually start talking about you guys.
Okay, well, I already could tell. I'm like, yo, if we had like some coffees up in here, we would be here all
Damn.
night.
Some
Oh,
lattes,
yeah.
damn
I
it.
mean, I think we're gonna try to hit that record of.
We
longest
were
podcast.
considering, okay, we looked it up yesterday, like the world's longest, like, uninterrupted, like, podcast or something like that is like 52 hours.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, dude, there's 2 of us. Like, we could make this happen. Like, what if we just contact, like, everyone we've ever interviewed, have them come in for, like, follow-up interviews, just talk about whatever, get all of our friends and family in here, do, like, in-studio performances or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can do
That's
it.
easy.
And then,
You
like,
can do it.
we can just nap. Like, I'll just be like, all right, I'm knocking out for, like, 2 hours. See you then. Like, just rotating.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be so cool.
You can totally do it.
And, like, my friend doesn't believe that we can do it. I'm like, no.
We
We
You
can
can
do
totally
this.
do
Just
it.
watch.
And you have the
You
space
gotta-
too.
Right?
Like, just like set up a little place where you can nap.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, wide enough.
Oh my
to-
gosh.
it
And then,
can
like,
be,
people can, like, look, like, from the tuck shop can, like, we can be, like, an exhibit in the tuck shop. Like, what's going on back there? Draw business
Like the
to
people
the
who
tuck
make the
shop.
dim sum.
Yeah.
The people who make the dim sum? Wait, what? What is that? Wait, what is that? You mean like when you're like watching, like you're at a restaurant and there's the people behind the thing?
I just like skip the first part of it.
Yeah, she does that.
Just flat out dim sum. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
I love it.
You see where her mind goes.
Well, no, like that
Dim sum
makes
is
perfect
tight,
sense.
though.
Like for people to watch you.
Yeah.
Except we do this in the back of the store.
So there's a curtain. We can just uncurtain the curtain.
My
Like a
only
puppeteer.
My only concern is if we're doing this here, I'm thinking logically right now. If we do it on a Saturday, what is it? 52 hours.
52 hours. That's
2 days.
That's
Over 2
2 days and some change. 2 days and 4 hours, but we would probably need to do 2 days, 5 hours.
Okay, if we do 2 full days, I would have to go into working hours. Because this is not just the store, people coming into the store. I also have people working at these desks for our online business.
Oh.
Well, then we could just like hide like in the very, very, very back corner over there.
Awesome spot to do some
Like
speaking into the mic because you're completely surrounded. There's like clothes on
so you're
both sides.
literally like in a wardrobe essentially.
Exactly. It's like a walk-in closet.
And there's blinds to like showcase everything.
Oh my gosh, I know.
We can do that. Or I was thinking maybe we could just do it outside.
But that would be like so much noise feedback.
Yeah. Also, I'm thinking maybe it would be cold.
Imagine being outside at like 3:15 in the morning, just like tired as hell. The wind is just like blowing on you. Your throat's dry.
When we're putting it like that, it sounds like a terrible idea.
Oh god.
Everyone's
I feel
all
like it's gonna
sick.
happen though.
I feel
Yeah,
like we're
that- you can
definitely
do
gonna
it.
make
If
it
it
happen.
does happen, I don't think it would be at this location, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I mean, I have a house, but I don't know if anyone would want to drive from LA to where I live.
We'll see how it goes.
Maybe I'll just make everyone fly up to San Francisco and squeeze everyone in a tiny apartment.
We can always do that.
The shared
too, yeah.
bedroom.
Shared bedroom.
Everybody likes San Francisco. We'll travel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, it's happening, guys. In my soon-to-be room and wherever I end up living, if I don't end up living in a car. I don't know.
Or if you tell SF State that that's something you want to do, you want to beat the record.
Oh my god, especially if I'm going to be a broadcasting major. Dude! Things are manifesting! Yes! Oh my gosh, I'm going to do that.
Smart.
Wow, guys, stay tuned. Check back in with us in like 3 months. It'll happen.
Let us know. We will be there.
That would
If
be
you
so
like to have
sick.
attorneys.
Like, see
Have,
if I can...
have acoustic performances, dude.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
can
Well, you can
totally-
do whatever. And
Well, they have a radio up there. Like, I wonder if, like...
We can use their equipment also.
Yeah, like, especially if I end up, like, working for the radio, just be like, hey, can we make, like, maybe, like, do it's, like, an SF State Unmastered collab.
There you go.
Sponsor.
Sponsor.
Dang.
Sponsor. Wow. Things are happening. Ooh, I feel so
Dang.
productive all of a sudden.
Dang,
Like,
you haven't
wait.
even had mates yet.
Oh my god. Just a yerba, just like, I got this. Just like rotate like energy drinks throughout the night so that way you're not like just killing your body. It's like, all right, I'll take caffeine from here. All right, I'll have one of these. Okay, a little bit of this. Like,
The admin's like, hey, who's this new person?
like what's going on? Just like my eyes twitching. It's just,
Is she okay?
she good? Is she fine? Could she be helped? Oh god. That would be so funny. But I actually am like seriously considering this.
Just saying.
Thank you.
You already
We're gonna-
manifested it. You're going to break the world record. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's already been decided. In my mind, we already did it.
Yeah, low key, like in my
Oh.
mind, it's like done, but it's like, all right, now we actually got to do it.
Yeah.
So it would be the feeling. Like, let's say you just broke it.
I don't know. I think you know what? I'm sure I would be really freaking tired. Like, I think straight up, I think one of two things would
Honestly,
happen.
What I'm thinking right now is, am I going to edit this? And I probably am not.
No, you're not. There's no editing.
Yeah.
I think what I would be thinking is
we'll
I'd
play
either
the intro and outro music live.
live. Yeah, just get Henry in there, just like playing it live.
He would.
Like, I think if that were to happen, I would be one of two things. I'd be so exhausted, I'd probably start like crying and just fall asleep where I'm at.
I
Or
also cry too.
Or I would have, like, this burst of energy and just be so hyped and just be like, we're getting pizza! Like, let's go get a drink! And they'll be like, it's 9 a.m. And I'll be like, we're still getting drinks! Like,
That adrenaline
That's
kicks
what I'm
in.
yeah. Oh, yeah. When I get really tired, I get really hyper.
I feel
Right,
I
and,
feel
like, delirious.
If it ends like in the AM, like 6 or 7 a.m., I would be like, okay, great, let's all go grab dinner, and everyone would be like, it's the morning. I'm like, breakfast it is.
Just, like, 6 breakfast burritos. Like.
Or have dinner for breakfast.
I've never had dinner.
I've
for
had breakfast for dinner, but dinner for breakfast... I've had soup for breakfast once, so maybe that counts.
When you say dinner for breakfast, the only thing I can
Steak and
think of
eggs.
is like cold pizza. That's the only thing I think of for dinner.
I've had
for
cold
breakfast.
pizza for
Fair.
breakfast.
Well, cold pizza is great. You know, any pizza is great. Anyway, should we talk about the band?
This is a band.
9 hours later.
That's kind of true. This is like.
Well, we're already on our way to the world record. Can't stop.
I can't stop it.
I know.
Can't stop.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let's talk about you guys as a band. So your guys' name is WASI. where did that name come from? I'm actually really curious. Because when I look up WASI, it has like this really complicated like acronym.
We are, she is.
We are, she is. I like that. I don't know why I had to like write it down in the air.
No, yeah, it makes
So
I like that.
So
or just
I'm gonna just
different.
go for it. So
Go for
We
it.
Are She
Yeah,
Is
freaking
comes
go for it.
from one of our first bands. We were in a band. It was me, her, and a drummer, and we were called He's Not Gay.
Oh,
Because
nice.
it was us and a straight dude.
Uh-huh.
And the band was just called He's
We thought
Not
we were
Gay.
so funny, so we're like, he's not gay.
Yeah.
We do
That's
that.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I would be laughing at every show.
Yeah, that's
And our
basically,
shows
it
were
was like really
ridiculous.
theatrical.
It was very, like, choreographed dancing. It was just ridiculous.
It was
Oh, wow.
ridiculous. Yeah.
It wasn't the same sound.
No.
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 God,
It was
no.
like very. It was just like straight up like pop punk kind of.
Okay.
So we have like the same kind of energy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Very energetic, but like the sound is very different, I would say.
Okay.
And so we decided to. It was like he's not gay, but she is. And once we started our own thing, it was like we are the she is of he's not gay.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like the grown-up sister of that band.
Interesting.
And then we're like, okay, well, no one can ever remember We Are, She Is, so we're just going to go by WASI. So hopefully people remember WASI better. I don't know if they do or not. It's like weird.
It's a memorable name for sure.
Cool, thank you.
Because I've never heard of WASI before in any type of context as a name of a band or anything.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting, actually? So it's not, like I said before, like it's kind of weird, so maybe people remember it. It's actually not weird, and it's like a fairly common male Arabic name.
Interesting.
Which we didn't know.
Hmm.
And I think it also has a meaning in... I can't remember the language, but it means something in another language, too. And I feel like it was, like, elevated or something like that.
Oh, that's
God
cool.
or spiritual or
Yeah,
something.
spiritual or
Yeah.
elevated something
Yeah.
in another language, but I can't
Someone
remember
else
right
told
now.
us that, yeah.
And there's a company called WASI Clothing.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
few
so-
companies.
It's funny because it's a like kind of common male Arabic name. In the past, we've had like people use our band name as their like profile picture, like our logo as their profile picture.
Oh,
for their
that's
social
interesting.
media,
Okay.
yeah. Like there was one where it was a picture of like a wrist wearing a wristband that said WASI Riot Pop, and
Mhm.
someone had made that their profile picture.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It is cool, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, if people in the Middle East are into us, like, we'll do it.
You're like, let's
At
go.
least the name.
Yeah. Or like, we'll go over there, we'll go play.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Gohar
that's
is
so
actually
interesting.
a Persian man's name also.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a really cool name. I've never met anybody named Gohar before.
Well, hello. I'm the first. I
Yeah.
guess.
I actually really love that name. That's like such a cool. I would not have guessed that that's what it was stood for, and I
and
actually
when you-
really, really love that. It
yeah.
makes me love the name even more.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you said what it meant, it sounds even without the backstory. We are, she is. It sounds super cool.
Oh,
That's
thanks,
cool.
you guys.
Thank you.
So, I guess with that, then, like your whole thing, like you kind of call your genre. You describe yourselves as like Tegan Sarah meets like MIA. Tegan and Sarah meets like MIA.
Yeah.
And, like, you call your genre, like, riot pop. So, like, let's get into that a little bit. Very curious where because I thought
Yeah.
Tegan and Sarah meets MIA was actually, like, a perfect kind of description of that. And then Gohar was telling me about how, like, if you were to, like, put yourself in a quote-unquote genre, it was, like, riot pop. And I'm like, what is this? Tell me more.
Also, you guys saying riot pop is the first time I've ever heard the genre riot pop. But I think it fits you guys kind of really well.
Oh, thank you.
Especially because I've seen you play live a few times now,
Yeah.
and it totally fits. It totally.
That's
Thank
cool.
you. That
Thanks.
means
It
a
makes
lot.
sense in our heads. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. What was the question?
It was just kind of like, where does that, like, riet pop, like,
Yes,
come
the
from?
real question is what is
riot
What
pop?
is
I know you've
riot?
got a song.
Yeah.
It's called that, but, like, what actually is it?
Yeah, well, I think when we first started WASI and we knew we wanted to be like poppy and like we knew the direction we wanted to go and what we were influenced by, which is like, you know, society and the structure and like defying all that. Hence our punk roots. And then, but I don't know, as you start living life, you realize like, wow, like I'm also messed up in the head. And as much as I want to change the world, like the world also affects me, you know, and there's like just so many dimensions to trying to be an activist and just trying to do your best. So I think we started really like honing in on it, especially where it's like, oh, we're not just like riot pop, like let's fuck up the world, but like riot pop as in like let's own the craziness in our own heads, you know, and let it and like even like let's say being queer, right? Like we want to like go out there and make a difference, but also like being queer has also and dealing with the shame that's come up with it and dealing with the self-hate, you know, and like there's just so many stories inside and out. So I think Riot Pop, this album specifically, we wanted to capture that part of it. So when we were like, cool, like Riot Pop, like sure, our energy and our angst, but like also like that comes from like everything that happens like in our hearts and in our heads.
So it's kind of like an internal and external kind of like factor.
Yeah, and it all plays into each other.
And I think also, like on a musical level, because that's like the mentality behind it, but on the musical level, it's like lyrically we are punk at our DNA. Our DNA is punk, like who we are, like we're DIY. We've always done everything ourselves, like from the very beginning to this day. Everything that we ever put out, we ever do, we've always done ourselves. And I think that that's who we are, you know, as musicians, as whatever. And then the pop element is our music is very poppy, like electronic. It's very pop influenced in that way, like electronically, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess that's another way to. So like lyric, it's like it sounds happy, you know, but then if you listen to the lyric, you're like, oh fuck, that's really that's.
No, I love it when people can do that. When you're literally like dancing along to a song and then you listen to the lyrics. And like I think I mentioned this before. Like I actually have a playlist that I call "Songs About Death You Can Dance To" because it's literally just like. If you like, when people
share that playlist with me, please.
It's only like 3 songs right now, but but no, I think it's so cool.
Collaborative, all that stuff.
That's cool. I think it's so cool when people can like take music like that, then make it like this upbeat, fun thing, and then you listen to it, and it's got like a much like deeper meaning. I think if you can do that well and successfully, then like kudos to you. Like,
it's awesome when you're like just dancing and singing like a really like song that hits and you and your friends are screaming it and it's like, oh shit, like heads will roll, you know?
Like, it's almost cathartic in a way. Like it's almost just like, let me own this like weird feeling I've got and let me like dance with it too.
That's the intent.
That's what I love about pop music in general, because pop, you know, popular, it's sort of made to be liked by everyone. Which is kind of like when everyone I've spoken to who says they make pop music, they say that they want people to be happy to dance to it, but the message that they send out is different for each artist, for each audience that they want to put it out to. And so having the pop sound but owning it in your own way, in your lyrics and melody, it's really unique. I freaking love it. I just love pop music.
Yeah, I love pop music too. Hence, which is why we like didn't want to run from it, because like we did do a lot of, and we do a lot of like punk stuff, and it is hard. Like oh man, we are definitely the softest band on this bill. Like, maybe we'll fit, maybe we won't. You know,
and that's the thing too. With honing in on Riot Pop, to kind of circle that all together, is we still always have and still is like related artists, like are we just like over analyzing this? Like we can't figure, like we've never, like for the years we've been playing together, like we just haven't ever quite figured out like what the fuck are we, you know what I mean? So we're like, whatever, you know what I mean? We're just gonna
no
but I mean in a way you can own that because like I mean people like, I mean, not to bring them up, but like 21 Pilots, like when they first came out, like everyone was like, what are you? Like, what is your genre? Because he's got like a ukulele and then he's like screaming like rappy, like metal, like, you know? Yeah. So it's almost like, I feel like it's like so unique when you don't necessarily like figure out where to put yourselves, because it's like there's nowhere to put you because you're like that unique, and that in itself I think is pretty badass and pretty cool.
That's
So,
cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
Thanks for your insight. Cool.
having such a band like yours and like 21 Pilots, and I would say maybe like my band, Aurora Vice, you have a unique sound, and you can't seem to fit yourself in something that's already built, so you make your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so related artists will pop up after you've established.
Yeah.
Do you get
Yeah.
what I'm
You're
trying to
right.
say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's again that whole like DIY like kind of
Yeah.
vibe with it, like
Yeah.
even your genre is DIY, like, you know, like that's pretty cool too.
I love that. Put that in your bio.
Figure it out as you go.
That's
Figure it out
funny.
as you
like
go,
even
yeah.
our genre is
Even our genre is
so
DIY.
DIY that
Just being authentic and not trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
like do something because someone else is doing it. And I think everybody like, you know, has their own interpretation of like what their band is and everything. And I think everybody's great. Everybody that's creating music, that's awesome, whatever it is to you.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to just kind of be authentic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a big part of who we are too.
Is there like because I'd love to get us to like play a song. Is there any kind of songs that you have, or like one in particular that you want to play that I think like maybe showcases like who you guys are like authentically? Like
I'd say What Is Riot Pop is
Yeah?
a good first listen for that. Yeah, because I think it combines like all the randomness of us and kind of tells the story lyrically and melodically, and like, you know, I mean, if you hear it, like there's a random beat that kind of comes in at a random time, which I think is totally
Yeah.
our vibe of life.
so
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and play that one. What's the like backstory on that one?
You'd start that one.
Okay. We have like different. She writes most of the lyrics. I'll contribute, but she writes most of them. And I feel like my interpretation of what she writes is like different than what she intended. But this one to me is like, you know, you feel lost, and the way, because this is something that we really like. It saved our lives, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like where you just feel completely lost and alone and sad, and the thing that kind of gets you through that is your friends and like building community, you know. And I feel like that's kind of what this one's about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so well, let's listen to it.
okay.
Okay, so you just listened to What is Riot Pop by WASI.
What's up?
Yeah. Yep, you definitely listened to it. And
That's exactly what we did for the past 2.5 minutes.
Alright.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so you guys have done a lot of, like, really funky things in terms of, like, live shows. I think you've had a lot of, like, cool, like, live kind of experiences. So, one of the ones you just did recently was you did a CrossFit release party at a gym.
Which, by the way, was so fun.
Gohar went to that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you were
thank you
there.
for saving our butts with that projector.
Oh.
What
I know.
happened?
I'm not gonna
Wait,
take
what
the credit for that.
happened?
She made a really good suggestion of
Um,
facing the projector to the band.
That
so
was
the band...
all Carly.
Yeah, I think Carly made the
Okay.
suggestion, and then Gohar turned it.
I think what happened was she said we should turn off the lights, which was a great idea because then, you know, it felt more like a concert. And then you guys had a projection going with the music video, I think, was playing.
I think it was just artwork.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
It was just artwork in that case. And when the lights turned off, no one saw the people on stage. And so Carly was like, it would be cool if the projector was here. And I'm like, all right, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And I made it happen.
Yeah.
So, and it looked really cool.
It was
And all
really
All
cool.
the different artwork was being displayed on people's faces and bodies.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's
and then
cool.
there were like silhouettes on the wall.
That's
Yeah, it
awesome.
was
Yeah.
really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was pointed, it was on the floor, projector was on the floor, pointed upward, and like the huge wall, you saw everybody's silhouettes, and it was really neat.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it looked so intentional.
I love
It
that.
was a happy accident.
Happy accidents
Yes,
are the
it
best
was.
accidents. So that was, so the event they're talking about was the release party for Run, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
latest release, and you did a music video for that where you guys are like at the gym. Was it the same gym?
Yeah.
Okay, how did that become a thing? Like the music video and deciding to do this like music video release party there as
Well,
well.
because the song's like really intense and fast.
Yeah.
Intense,
So,
like
so to be
Yeah.
like to be honest, like the way so I started doing CrossFit about a year ago,
Nice.
and one of the trainers and someone else from the gym came to our show when we played at Bordeaux a while back,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and Mary Lou had to stop doing CrossFit because she has really bad asthma, so she would get sick afterwards, you know. And we played the show, and then the CrossFit trainer was like, you can't do CrossFit, but you could do knee highs for like an hour. It's like running like really fast in place with your knees going really high. And she did that during the song Run, and I was like,
wait,
that
it was
sounds
my
kinda
idea though.
cool.
And then I'll take credit for that because that was the one thing I did for the video was that it was my idea, and then Jessie choreographed it all.
Nice.
But yeah, so I was like, oh, we should do this, and she's like, you know what, yeah, like, and then she talked to the gym owner. The gym was totally cool with letting us just film there, and she and our best friend Frankie choreographed the whole entire thing. So it was still definitely a workout. Like when we were done, and if one person messed up, we had to start over, sort of thing. So
Yeah,
we were
it's like
exhausted.
a one-shot
Yeah.
deal.
Our legs and bodies were jello, but it was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
Man, getting a workout while at the gym. I mean, I guess you did what you were supposed to do at a gym. Get a workout.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
really
when we
fun.
were filming, it was one of those things where like the adrenaline kicked in, so it was like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, not tired,
Yeah.
gonna keep powering
We
through.
felt like
yeah.
it'd be cool to have the release show there too, just to like make it an interactive experience for
It
the
made
audience.
sense, yeah.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
How was that? Were you just like, hey, can we have this release party here? And they were like, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Owner
awesome.
was like, sure, why not? He's like, that sounds cool.
What gym is this?
Wasn't he at...
CrossFit Mindset
yeah,
in
he
Los
was at the
Feliz.
Okay, let's give them a shout out.
Yeah,
CrossFit Mindset.
super shout
They're a
out to
great gym.
CrossFit
They're
Mindset.
awesome. They're very inclusive.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very inclusive of all abilities. So,
I love
you
that.
know, from people that have a really hard time with pain and can't lift certain things or certain ways, they modify everything so everybody gets a great workout.
That's awesome.
So I really love them because I was really intimidated by CrossFit. I thought it was like a bunch of white bros throwing tires around.
Not
And
gonna
I was-
lie, I did CrossFit for a cool minute, and it was literally just a bunch of us throwing tires around. And I
Wait,
was like,
literally?
like, okay, I will say that was something that was actually pretty dope because I was like, oh my god, I'm flipping a huge ass tire. I feel
Yeah.
so powerful. But
Yeah.
then after a certain point, I was just like,
Yeah.
this is not good for me. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me,
Why
yeah.
do they make tires that big anyway?
I know, right? Who needs tractors?
Yeah.
Who needs trucks and tractors? Get them out of here.
Yeah.
But I love that they're
Yeah,
inclusive.
so they're really good. Like, when I started going, like, I had a pretty nasty injury from a work-related incident.
Mhm.
And I started with just a PVC pipe, which is, like, just
Yeah.
basically a piece of, like, oh, those are lights back there, but, like, a big piece of plastic that,
Yeah.
like,
I know the PVC
yeah,
pipes.
you know what that is. And then now, like, I can lift a lot of weight,
That's awesome.
you know, and it's always, like, I always modify everything.
Well, good
and
for you for, like,
Thanks,
getting
yeah,
able to work up to that.
It's great. I love it. CrossFit,
Yeah.
and CrossFit Mindset's really, I feel like, inclusive in that way. I don't have experience at other gyms,
Mhm.
but at least
Well,
for this
it's
gym.
At least we know this one's great.
Yeah,
so
it's
if
a really
anyone's
cool
looking for a
spot.
gym,
It is, yeah. CrossFit
Yeah.
Mindset, they're awesome. I highly recommend them if you're looking to get a good workout.
that's so
You know
cool.
what was really dope? You guys were having the show, and the door was like wide open. Like,
Yeah.
It,
It's like a garage door.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's like
yeah.
right, it's funny because it's like right on Vermont and
And
Franklin,
Franklin, yeah.
which is like right there in Los Feliz.
Oh, wow.
So you have the door open. It's like across the street from a restaurant. Like people like are just always walking by, and it's Saturday night, so people are just
Yeah,
walking
there's
by.
a
and
diner
poking
Oh,
in.
so
on the other
were
side
people
of
like
the
poking
street.
in their heads? Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
sound
Oh,
checked.
that's so
it.
cool.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, we had free beer, so that's always enticing.
always.
Yeah.
The beer finished. Did you guys have to lug it?
No.
We had a friend who was
Because of a
throwing a
keg.
party,
We did have a
so
keg.
then she took it and used it at a party.
Oh,
There you
fuck.
go.
So it got
So
used.
It
It
eventually
didn't get
got
dumped.
finished,
Yeah.
but just not at the show.
That's
It
okay.
was a lot of beer, but
But you can.
Hey, that's great though. But I love that. I love that people are getting really creative. Like, I mean, Disco Shrine. First thing I went to, Disco Shrine
At the
did
laundromat?
the laundromat.
Yeah.
yeah,
thing.
that was fun.
I was
Yeah.
like, what? Like, I felt like I was in a different world for a split second because I was like, what is going on? Like, people were literally in there doing their laundry, which I thought was hilarious.
yeah.
And then, like, she's up there with her projector standing on this, like, standing on the like, the
Machines.
dryer washing
Right,
machine.
yeah.
Like, singing. And there's, like, all these, like, funky, like, really, like, creative, like people there. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I stepped into this weird portal into this cool world. And I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
Her
it-
first music video release was at a barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
love that this is a
right,
thing
yeah.
people are doing now.
Yeah.
We love Disco Shrine so much.
Yeah.
And like we went to the laundromat show, and to be honest, that was like for us an inspiration. Like, wow, she can do something in such an unconventional way.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fun and so
Mhm.
cool and so her at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of like part of the inspiration. So hopefully she's listening. Part of the inspiration.
Shout out to Jess.
Yeah.
yeah.
To why we wanted to do that.
Yeah, and
know?
also, like, we knew we had to do something to celebrate, right? But we didn't want to do another show, another
Mhm.
this or that. So,
Yeah.
like, well, what
And
can
it
we
was
do?
totally DIY, like everything
Mhm.
that you do.
DIY,
It was DIY,
for the
yeah.
win.
Sure.
And people, it's cool. People appreciate it. You know, it's not like, oh, I don't know, stuck up or whatever. Like, people were down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
that made it extra cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. So I guess like in terms of like other like fun shows you guys have done, you did Warped Tour. last
yeah, that
year.
was fun.
Final Warped
Yeah.
Tour. How was
Yeah.
that?
That
did you
was fun.
play like just a few dates, or how does that work?
I think
Were
the
you-
last one we did just a day. Just one day. I think
Yeah.
just the local one. Yeah, they wanted.
Love it.
They wanted.
that's
like-
out near me.
Yeah, because it was the last one, so they wanted artists, local to
Yeah.
each city, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, that was so cool. I think what's cool is just like the show was cool, but also just like being around like people that you listened to once upon a time or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, whoa, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's cool too because she's a buddy of ours, but Shira, and it was her stage, and it was like I think in 2006 maybe was the first time that she had a stage, and it was like the first like female
Organized,
like female and like female centered stage that Warped Tour had.
Mm.
So I thought that was really cool that not only she did that, but that we had an opportunity to play then, and we also played a few years ago as well, a couple dates.
yeah.
Okay. So
So-
were you on that same stage?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that they had. So on that stage, is it all just like female acts, or is it just like
Female fronted acts,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
mhm.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's so cool.
So, it's cool that they had that included as well.
Yeah,
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
yeah.
So, in terms of playing this year, though, you have tour coming up like in the next couple of days, actually, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
So-
I go
2 weeks. weeks.
Couple weeks.
Couple
yeah.
weeks. So
yeah.
tell us about that tour and
From the time of this recording.
from the time of this recording. We gotta specify that every time.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, because like we'll like record these, but like it's obviously not going up like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
like because we have like a Tuesday release schedule, so like we'll like say like yeah tomorrow, and then we're like wait, this is not how this works.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
not tomorrow Friday, but tomorrow
like Wednesday-ish. Anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 10 days this whole tour. No, we're stoked because like this tour is also different from the other tours you've done where
It's called the Love is Gay tour.
the
correct?
Love is Gay tour, yeah. Our last big tour, we were fortunate to go on tour with Caroline Rose. Which,
How was that?
That
It
was
was
rad.
amazing.
That was
she
like
is so cool. Her band is just, oh my god,
that
they're the
was
greatest
like
people.
the
We had
best
a
experience.
blast.
How
Yeah.
long was
Fucking
it?
Blast.
We were on tour with her for a
3.5
week,
weeks,
but
we were with her. We were with her for like
a week. We did South by for a week with her for a week, and then like on our way back, we had like Women Fuck Shit Up DC and like our own stuff.
What was that? Women.
Fuck Shit Up.
What's that? Wait, what is that?
Oh
That's-
man, so Women Fuck Shit Up is a festival that Mary Lou started with her friend Myra,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
and it's been in LA the last 5 years now, 4 years.
4 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's gotten bigger every year. They couldn't do it this year
It's like life.
just because life was too much, but
Okay.
we're gonna do one next year, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna. And it's usually in like the February-March time.
Okay.
So it's been fairly successful in that it's gotten bigger each year. Like the headliners are always dope. Like it's gotten bigger headliners each year, and the focus is like not just like female fronted, but the idea is to give the stage to folks that maybe it's their first show or
Oh wow.
they have like few opportunities like to have that kind of access and visibility.
Mhm.
So the intent of the festival is to give visibility to those that would otherwise not have that kind
I
of
love that.
visibility.
Yeah. It's
So
cool
it's
because
like-
and then it still sells out. So it's like, a bunch of, and not every artist is like brand new, but like a lot of artists are, and they're dope. It's not like they play great shows, it still sells out.
Yeah.
I think people just
Yeah.
go for this.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah.
And also a primary focus is, like I said, primarily like where it's a majority female.
Yeah.
And also women of color.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So it's like that's kind of the idea.
And queer,
so,
and, like, all the minorities,
just
yeah.
like marginalized groups
Yeah.
in general. And so a group in DC got interested in the whole thing and contacted her and Myra to do their version of it over there.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
there's a DC chapter of Women Fuck Shit Up Fest, which is really cool. And like there's a
That's
set
so
of guidelines like where Mary Lou and Myra put a thing together. They said these are like kind of the parameters of which this is the whole idea of this
Like
fest.
the goal of everything.
The goal,
yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
And they totally nailed it, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. And
Yeah.
we played their first one, which was last year, and it was awesome. It
Yeah,
was so
that
cool.
was
All the
rad.
artists
Great.
were dope. It was packed. It was sold out.
Yeah.
The folks that organize and run it were great. Like it was just so awesome to see the inspiration that like somehow managed to cross coast. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
That's insane.
Bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
like,
we did that on the tour and all that.
yeah,
stuff,
and
so
then
that was cool.
we did our own like just run of shows on the way home. And then so like I guess what we were trying to say earlier
So
was
for-
like that last week of our runner shows on our way home, instead of just doing that for another tour to release our album, we're like,
Yeah.
let's do what made Women Fuck Shit Up Fest so dope. Like let's just bridge communities.
Yeah.
Our friend
Yeah.
Lucy and Lemaire, who's an amazing artist out here in LA, she throws the Love is Gay every year.
Oh, this is
around-
something she like does? Is it
Yeah.
like an event?
Yeah.
at LA
Oh.
at the Echo every
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
she's
is that
done
event?
So it's like around it's on or around Valentine's Day, and it's just like Valentine's Pride, queer
Oh my
pride.
gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So she does that every year, and then when we played with her this year, and then like I think a week after, I was talking with her. I was like, dude, like, what if Love is Gay tour? And she's like, yes. And then we're
Yeah.
like, cool, like same thing, let's try not to make it just like bands at a bar, like let's like
Yeah.
do something
Which
bigger.
is fine. I mean, it's
which
great.
is
You know what I
it's
mean?
fine.
Like, we've
It's
done
a
that a
big,
bunch
yeah.
of times, and it's. I mean, if you can get folks together to perform it, like it, all that's really great. But we
Yeah.
just wanted to try something different this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's gonna be us three. So like our band, Lucy and Polar Tropica, are gonna go up the West Coast, and it's a little, like I said, it's different in that we're not necessarily booking local bands, but instead of booking local bands...
we are booking local bands,
Okay,
yeah.
just kidding.
There are also bands on top of each show has a beneficiary where we donate $1 of the proceeds to, and it's like a local LGBTQ center.
Yeah, so that's
and
the
then
point I was
each
getting
show
to.
has a presenter, like a LGBTQ presenter, be it like Denver Pride's people or, just whatever per city. And it's different per city.
Yeah, so the idea is to like really connect with the community there.
Yeah, and Yerba
like to give
Mate
back.
hooked us up.
Yeah.
So we're
Yerba
okay.
Mate.
Yeah, Guayaki. Yeah.
So in each city, you're doing what was that? Like you're donating. What's going
So
on?
we're donating like a
$1
dollar.
from each ticket.
Yeah.
That sells to a local, and that's what Women Fuck Shit Up does too.
Yeah.
So every year they have a beneficiary to give. They actually give all the money to a beneficiary from when Women Fuck Shit Up Fest, and DC did that as well.
That's cool.
So the idea is to kind of combine that with Love Is Gay, and it's going to be like mini festivals in each city, all pride related. All queer acts, like all like queer community, like we're like she said, connecting with local groups. To present and stuff like that, so it's just going to be a different
and a few of them line up during the prides.
That's what I was going to ask, because I didn't know if you were playing actual pride festivals or if you're just kind of creating your own like little mini versions of.
We're doing that. We've played prides all over and they're rad, but this is now to like cater to those who like want to be at a live show setting.
Because that's the thing is like at prides a lot of the time people are just there for the festival, not necessarily the music, unless it's like a bigger headliner. So this is kind of taking the music element and making it
in its
like
own little thing.
Its own little festival thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that so much. That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you guys to like go do that.
Thanks. It definitely makes touring as well just like more exciting because it's not just like shows. Now it's like
something different about it.
Something different. Yeah. Especially if we're booking it ourselves. Like, it's definitely something
you've done all the booking yourselves, too?
Everything
everything.
we've ever done.
DIY!
Yeah, so everything.
Like the national tour we did last year, every show we've ever played is everything we've ever done, everything you've ever seen, WASI stamped on, we've done ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
No, you don't hear about that often. Like, that's badass in its own right. So good for you guys.
Thanks.
Gotta hustle, man. You know the hustle.
I mean, we
know the hustle.
like hire our
You know
friends
the
to
hustle.
PR, artwork, like
okay, so we do have like a PR company. So like, the
or
write-ups.
just like now we
And,
have
like-
now we're under a label. So like the business world is like the music industrians are coming in, but but everything is still like intentionally chosen. It's not just like all the recordings are with friends. All the artworks by our friends.
Yeah.
PR's friends, our label.
I love that.
So
It's all
do
about...
it in our doing it ourselves, and that we include like because we can draw.
we can't. Yeah, we cannot draw.
Can't draw, so we like
Neither can
basically hit our friends up for that. But it's still like we're doing all of the managing of everything.
Yeah,
I love that, but I also
Yeah.
love that you're like drawing support from your friends because like I think it's so important to like support your friends in their talents, whatever those may be.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
if your friends are artists, like support their art. Like that's something that I'm like such a big like proponent of because
exactly.
it's like I've met some friends over the years who I'm like, oh my god, your art is amazing, and like from day one I was like, all right, let me buy prints, like let me just get this from you just to support you in some way, and
support
like
them, exactly.
one of my friends, like I was like one of like the first couple of people to like buy a print for her like before she even like was making prints really, and it was like
awesome. And she's
now
really stoked about it.
she was so stoked about it, and now like her art, like a couple of her pieces are like hanging in a gallery in like Long Beach or something, Laguna, something like
That's
that.
amazing.
And I was like, I'm so proud of her, like,
wow, that's
and I think it's so
Yeah.
cool to just like support your friends, like whether it's music, art, painting, photography, like even if you're just like hyping them up on social media, like so
absolutely.
cool. So I love
Yeah.
that you guys do that in your own way
definitely.
with your project.
You have to, because I mean we've had a lot of, like I said in the beginning, like that's kind of what saved our lives really, is reaching out for that support and supporting our friends, and also like giving them a reasonable, like, to pay them properly for their work and not expect them to do shit for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
thing. Respect. It's a respect and trust. You know what I mean?
That's something I've learned a lot about lately.
Oh,
so yeah.
We all have to figure
I think
that
that
out.
was like our 2018 motto. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
2018, like what we learned for 2019.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I think I can say the same too. I mean, mine's I think that's such a cool thing. And just to, like, really understand, like, time. Like, I always hate the expression time is money, but in a way, it's like, if you're going to put...
Kind of is,
like,
though.
let's put it, like, effort. Like, I guess, like, your effort and your heart and the amount of, like, work you put into something, like, that has value.
Yeah,
It does,
yeah.
totally. Even, like,
Absolutely.
management and doing PR. Not PR, broadcast.
TM. Yeah.
TM, broadcast, all that stuff. Like, you've invested a lot of time and energy into it. You know what I mean? And that should be respected. It shouldn't be taken advantage of.
You know what I saw on Facebook of all places? It was I did this job for 30 minutes of time, but I went to school for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Which makes me able to do it in 30 minutes of time. If someone didn't have that background, they would have to do it for about 4 or 5 hours of time.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I should be getting paid not for my 30 minutes, but my 5
That's
years.
a really good way of putting it.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. That's
a
I'm
really
going
good way
to
of
hold
putting
it.
that
Really
in
good.
my back pocket.
Yeah, you should.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like a whole new perspective on things.
Yeah, you shouldn't be getting paid.
I'm gonna look this quote while you're talking.
Yeah, you
I'm
shouldn't
listening.
be paid
There's a quote I
for what you finish in an X amount of time. It's the amount of knowledge and effort and experience you have, and all the stuff that you did prior to this in learning experiences to be able to complete it in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah. It's true. That's a good way of putting it. I like that.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Facebook is good sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? You're looking up a quote for us?
There's a quote I saw. I'm listening.
It's
Well,
while you look that up, then let's play your second song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
You
yeah.
good
You
time
guys
filler.
want to play Run or
Sure.
Yeah, let's do Run. Run is was probably one of our favorite ones on the record.
That one was really fun.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
is the record coming out, by the way?
June 7th.
Yay! So, like,
yeah.
super soon.
Yeah.
A few days.
Yeah.
From the time of this
From the
recording.
time of this recording.
Yeah.
It's that PSA every time.
Right.
Awesome. All right, so let's give Run a
Yeah.
listen.
All right.
I look in the mirror to say, who am I? Thoughts so sad, just get so high. Then all the worries run through my mind. Gotta have the strength to fight or flight. I found the fuel to fire it all up. It's all the pain that the earth has stopped. Look in my eyes, I'm here with you.
Run by WASI.
So before we went to the break, though, you were trying to find a quote. I think I found it. It was like that story you were saying.
Yeah.
So I found this one where it says, like, it's like an article, but it says, you did that in 30 seconds. No, it has taken me 40 years to do that. And it's a story about a woman who approached Picasso in a restaurant, asked him to scribble something on a napkin, and said she would be happy to pay whatever he felt it was worth. Picasso complied and then said, that will be $10,000. And then she said, but you did that in 30 seconds. He said, no, it has taken me 40 years to do that. So
Cool. So
I mean,
it was an artist. It was just Picasso, not
it's
Basquiat.
Picasso. Yeah.
Although both are very
I mean,
great.
it could have been. I mean, maybe this is like a different version of, but I just kind of like that whole idea of like respect and
Yeah.
worth and value.
Self-value and other
Exactly.
people value
Yeah.
you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So now that we found that one.
Yeah.
And then we just listened to Run, which is such a great song, and everyone should go check out that music video because gave you guys a workout, so we should all watch it.
All of your songs have so much energy, and usually I'm the type of I have a huge playlist called "What's Your Favorite Song?" The playlist, and it's like
That's great.
thanks. It's like 300 songs, and almost all of them are like really mellow, really chill, lo-fi. Some of them are like bluesy, but I go to your shows, and I just want to. It's so energetic.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah,
If you have fun,
To describe
mission
like
accomplished.
the movement Go Hard was doing, it was like a
It was like a half fist pump,
Yeah.
Like
not a
shoulder
full,
pump?
like a shoulder
A
pump,
shoulder pump.
like
yeah.
kind of like the dance you're gonna do in your car when no one's looking, but a
Yeah.
little more defined.
looking up.
Looking up.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I imagine you guys on the stage when I was doing that, so I'm looking up.
Looking up
Yeah.
at the stage.
there you go. I like that. It's a good.
It's really fun. I really love your
If you had
shows.
fun,
Thank
go
you.
ahead then. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So what is next for you guys?
So the tour, this West Coast tour, and then we're planning East Coast stuff too, like, yeah, in the fall, and then as soon as we're back from tour, though, we plan on just riding again.
Nice.
Keep riding. We're
Yeah.
working on another music video.
Love
I can
'em.
tell you the idea because we're really excited about
Do it.
This was her
so
idea.
ridiculous. We're gonna all go-kart racing, then have an animator animate like Mario Kart themed.
Oh, I love
So
that.
it looks like
Fun.
a video game.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. When are you guys doing this? Let me come
I
through and
know,
just
right?
go-kart race. Like,
Sorry,
that
in
sounds
July.
good.
In July.
That's
that's
So-
awesome. Oh my
I'm just so excited.
gosh.
I've never go-kart raced before, so I'm just so excited.
I've never go-kart raced either, but my neighbor, when I was a kid, they had a go-kart. And so we would all take turns on like this coveted go-kart and like
coveted
would just like
go-kart.
take it up the hill, and like we lived on like a really steep hill, and so you just see people like zooming down the hill, but it was also really terrifying because
Yeah.
people who drive their SUVs like wouldn't be able to see these people,
Oh my
so our
God.
parents
Like,
would be like, "What are you
careful.
doing?" Like,
Oh,
Oh, that's so scary.
Yeah.
Thank God
no
no
one was hurt.
Yeah,
no one was hurt,
seriously.
but oh my
That
gosh.
could have been a precarious situation.
It was so bad. Just golf cart. You know, who knows? Maybe we were short enough to just like slide underneath the car, like,
right.
in the
just like the
movies.
video games.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the video games. There you go. That's so cool.
Yeah,
That'll be
so,
so fun for you guys.
Yeah.
Cracking up. Yeah, I think I'm excited. That'll
Well, I'm
be fun.
excited for the record to come out. I'm excited for this new video.
Thanks.
You have
Thank
lots
you.
of stuff coming up, so it's super awesome.
Means a
I
lot.
guess-
Thank you.
Do you have any final things you'd like to say to the people listening to this podcast?
This camera.
Yeah, there's cameras
Yeah,
everywhere. You're
right.
being punked.
I know.
You know what? Your vibe is your tribe.
I think we said that off the off the air, but
yeah.
we're talking about finding the right people.
Yeah.
and
Right,
the,
you got deep.
we did get deep off
Because in
the
a
air
very,
Yeah, for a hot
You know,
minute.
for a hot
Yeah.
minute. You know,
very abbreviated version of what we discussed was how we all relate to being bullied, as most people on this planet have been bullied at some point or another. And you just got to find the people that you connect with and feel safe with. Therefore, your tribe.
Ah,
your vibe
Your vibe
is your tribe.
is your tribe.
yeah.
There
yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
There you
Wise
go.
words. We're gonna get that stickered and put it on the laptop and the hydro flasks for all you people with hydro
There you go.
flasks.
yeah.
Bumper
Tell
stickers.
everybody where they can find you.
At WASI Music on the tweets and Insta. Our
Facebook.
website is isawwazi.com, so it's like a palindrome. I
So
saw
it's our
WASI.
Oh
name
my
backwards.
gosh! That's so cool!
We were so excited about it.
There you go.
Oh my
Can
gosh!
you
shirts.
make that your handle? I
Yeah.
saw WASI.
We thought about it.
Yeah, but then we'd
we're
have to
like,
change
we have to
everything.
change too many things.
Yeah.
That's so cool though.
But
Maybe
it's our
someday we'll do
website.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love
So,
that.
Maybe we'll just start with shirts or something.
Just
Yeah.
shirts. You could put like an eyeball like in the mouth.
Ooh.
Like I saw WASI.
Oh.
Like it's I saw WASI.com
all
on the shirt.
All the nuggets. So many ideas came out.
So
from
many
this.
nuggets of
Yeah, it was
information
just
and
like-
brainstorming.
It started with San
53-hour
Francisco
podcast.
State.
All right,
Yeah.
so listen back to this podcast for all the ideas.
Yes.
Yes.
This was our one big voice memo.
Yeah. We'll all be
Yeah,
millionaires.
exactly
This was just like Siri, make a note. Here it is.
I know. What, like a 2-hour note or something?
We'll all
We've
be
been doing.
millionaires. And be like, it all started right here on a Tuesday.
Right here, right now.
Back of a tuck
On
shop.
the back of a tuck shop on a Thursday in May.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Well,
I mean,
time is irrelevant. Space-time continuum. I don't know how it all works. But thank you so much for,
Thank you guys for having
sitting
us.
down with
Fun.
us.
yes, very fun. I had fun.
I think with that,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
mission accomplished.
Isn't it? And
What was
Always.
that?
We're all
What
doing
was
the
that?
fist pump.
The
and
fist
looking at
bumps. The fist bump.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, this has been Unmastered. We'll chat with you soon.